Hello everyone, and welcome. Today we have something a little different. Now, it is a speed build, but it is a speed build that is an apartment. So, this is actually part of a collaboration that I took part in, and I was very fortunate to be able to take part in this fabulous collaboration as well because there were some absolutely amazing simmers who did some amazing things with the builds. So, yeah, very lucky. And this is part of the San Sequoia Towers collaboration. And it was put together by the Absurd Koala, who is an amazing builder and created this incredible, huge complex, which not only had residential rentals in it, but also commercial properties down the bottom as well. So you, with this build, you get, what was it? It was a yoga studio, a gym, nectar cellar, as you know, kind of like a wine cellar but for nectar, and a library, and there's a vault as well. So I made the vault, and I also did one of I did the smallest apartment. Unfortunately, one of the other creators had to drop out, and so I just did a little bit of an extra one, and that's just like a studio apartment as well. So yeah, it is absolutely massive. So I think there must be 6 apartments, as well as the 5, I think, commercial places. Really hope I'm not missing one, but yeah, absolutely massive and just absolutely amazing. So Koala gave us the directive or the suggestion of a color scheme, which was brown, black, and white. So that is what I went for. I kind of went more cream than white, so I sort of did shades of chocolate. I called it the chocolate apartment because it just sort of went all chocolatey. I did like all the sort of shades of brown with like touches of black and stuff as well. So yeah, I was really excited to get to do the penthouse apartment. So it is a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom apartment, but it is more on the luxe side, which was definitely the direction that the whole building was going in. And oh my gosh, there was just so many amazing builds. I got to watch the stream of this morning on Twitch, and Koala did all the tours of all the different spaces and the rooms and everything like that, and the whole of her build in the entirety, because I hadn't really seen everything put together. So it was really cool to see everything put together, and yeah, everybody else's contributions, and absolutely amazing. I loved seeing what everyone did because I mean, we all have different approaches and we have different aesthetics, and I feel like I think Koala said this on stream as well, but I feel like because of the way that we did all the colors and stuff, it actually feels like a really cohesive building, like all together. Like it doesn't necessarily look like a whole lot of different simmers actually created this. It just feels really cohesive as a whole because it's very similar color themes and stuff throughout. And while there's different sort of backgrounds to maybe some of the people that are living in the apartments, like I know there was one apartment that had like a single dad and stuff in there, and it was kind of built for that, and that was really cool. So I've built mine for like a luxe couple who don't have any kids and are enjoying the high life in their high-rise apartment on the top floor because they're very lucky and privileged, Anyway, let's dig into the build. So I'm currently working on the kitchen, so I've been floofing around with that for a little while. It took me a little bit of adjusting, just trying to work out how I wanted to use the space, because I didn't really want to cram it in because it felt, it's a luxe apartment, so going luxe kind of suggest giving yourself a little bit more room to move around, not everything sort of crammed into one space. So I did want them to have like a big kitchen and a big dining space as well, or a reasonably big dining space, because they felt like people that would be entertaining. They have the time and the energy to get out there and entertain and socialize. So they want to bring that home and show off their apartment, just like, this is where we live. Look at these views. Oh my God, they're amazing. And look at our stuff. Oh my God, it's amazing. Those kind of people. So yeah, I'm working on the kitchen. So I'm using the patio stuff pack counters on the bottom. So if you're wondering where those are from, that's from the Patio Stuff pack. And I'm using Cool Kitchen and Blooming Rooms on the walls there, and also, Home Chef Hustle as well, as the hanging stuff that goes on the wall, because I'm using like little... So like a little, I think it's like a snow plant or something planter from Blooming Rooms kit, but I actually use it as a herb planter. That's how I imagine it to be anyway. So if you're ever wondering, like, you see my builds and you see that little planter thing in the kitchen, it's me imagining that as a herb planter, because I would love to have like an actual herb planter that we can use in the Sims. You know, it's like a little bit of clutter. So I'm just putting some little bits and pieces on the counter just to add a touch more clutter. Like in terms of the kitchen, like it's a good size, but there isn't like heaps of shelf space, or not shelf space, counter space as such. There's heaps of shelf space because you got the upper cabinets as well, and then I'm going to add in like some more stuff as well. So I'm using the shelving that comes with the Jungle Adventure pack there. And the reason I really like that shelving is that it has like the wine glasses hanging down, and I realize that The Sims is like a PG-13 game, so you know, getting into that whole alcohol thing and the, you know, that side of things is a little bit, yeah, you know, bit dodgy for them. So I know why they sort of steer away from having wine glasses in the game, but in this instance we've got them hanging upside down, and obviously they're not usable by The Sims, so it's actually quite cool. Although, I mean, you know, we have bars, and yeah, I guess they don't overtly say like things are alcoholic though, do they? Anyway, so moving onto the dining room. So I'm just working out what to do with the space on either side. So this is a bit of an evolution. It took me ages to decide on the dining table and the rug, but it was actually through deciding on the dining table and the rug and which ones I would use that actually helped me decide what I was going to do thematically for the actual whole of the build. So I think it's quite often the case with me. It's like I'll choose a room, whatever room I'm drawn to. It's quite often the kitchen, but in this case it just happened to be the dining table, and that is how I decide what the vibe of the house is going to be, because I don't always have like a sim or whatever in mind. Like that will quite often come as I am building it as to who I think would live there. But yeah, the sort of the theme and the vibe of the house will quite often depend on the first room that I build, and that room will often be a lot of me tutoring around and flipping around with like colors and styles and, you know, all sorts of things as I try to work through what the vibe sort of feels right with me. And then when I hit on it, then it makes it a lot easier in the other rooms, despite the fact that I am playing around with the sectional couch from Dream Home Decorator at the moment. But it does make it easier as I go on through the rooms, because I have a sense of how I want the build to go just from that first room. But that first room will always take a while, or almost always take a while, because I don't necessarily know going in what the vibe is that I'm going for. So I'll tutor around and figure it out, and then the rest of the rooms sort of fall into place. I mean, you know, there's still like work to do, and I'm still going to play around with things, but for the most part, like, I understand the vibe, and then I'm working to a particular vibe, and then, you know, when I go into each of the rooms, it's about me capturing that vibe that I established with the first section or room that I was working on. So anyway, that's a bit of my process. So we are in the living area at the moment. So I talked about the colours that I've got my son like creepily standing outside the door watching me. I had to play test something, and yeah, so she's just sort of standing out there being a creep, which is kind of funny. What was I saying? Dream Home Decorator, yeah, using the sectional couches from Dream Home Decorator. The colours that we were working on were chocolate, brown and white. So I'm bringing, no, not chocolate, brown and white, chocolate, brown, black and white. Oh my gosh. So I've done like a lot of chocolate in the dining kitchen area. So I'm bringing a bit more of the black into the living area. So it's still going to be chocolatey with the sort of the walls and the carpets and the flooring, and some of the little bits and pieces around the decorations and stuff around the place. But I'm bringing like a lot more black into this room, whereas there isn't quite as much black in the in the dining and kitchen area. So just sort of graduating the shades and the colors that I'm using throughout. And I'm using the Desert Luxe curtains, if you're wondering which curtains I'm using, because they are the best curtains, the end. And now I am moving on into the bathroom. So there is a single bathroom, and I mentioned it was one bedroom, but within the bathroom it is a good sized bathroom because I split it between being a bathroom and a laundry. So how I ended up splitting that, and once I stopped fluffing around with all the little bits and pieces from the laundry day stuff pack, because, you know, basically if you're going to do a laundry, you're going to be using the laundry day stuff pack to its best ability. So that's just what I did. But anyway, ended up using like a divider. So I think I used the divider from City Living, actually, I think that is. So because I decided to use a divider, because I decided, you know, well, why don't we just like block off the laundry area from the bathroom? Just, you know, adds a bit of privacy and, you know, that sort of thing if you're in the bathroom, and also, you know, makes the bathroom a little nicer perhaps as well without being able to see all the laundry stuff. I don't know, but anyway, that was kind of the idea behind it. And then I was kind of thinking about adding a walk-in shower. So this is why I'm changing the shape of the bathroom a little bit, and I needed to give myself a little bit more space just to make it work, because I was a little bit worried about the fact that there wasn't enough room for the sim to actually be able to get into the laundry and use it. So I'm having a wee play around with the layout a little bit. So doing like the counters all along there. So then I'm going to do that as a walk-in shower. Like I jumped back and forth on whether or not to do a walk-in shower with a door for ages. Like, I was just like, oh, do I like this? Do I not like this? And is it workable? So I got my sim in there, just made sure it was workable, put a door on it, and it actually is workable. It is a squishy little space, but it did actually end up working okay. So that's good. Just sort of little private shower area. Because I ended up dividing the bathroom with the laundry in it. It did mean that the amount of space that there was in the bathroom was pretty limited. So it's not the most luxe of bathrooms, I think, because it is a little squishy, but it is functional. And I mean, it does have all the, you know, like all the necessities. They've got a really nice long counter, which I would consider a luxury, to be honest, like having a nice big long counter in the bathroom. I've actually got one in my house at the moment. It's actually quite a large bathroom space, because I came from my previous house, which had basically next to no bathroom space, and came to this house and it had like lots of bathroom space. I was like, ooh, luxury. I've got like counter space I can put stuff on. But the downside to that is it does mean that people just like leave stuff on the counters, and you just get stuff everywhere. Yeah, love your kids, eh? Anyway, so just doing some little bits and pieces in the bathroom just to give it like a little bit more life and feel a little bit more fancy. I think was really what I was going for there. I think I ended up actually changing that door. And I don't know why, because I quite like that door as it is, but anyway, door changed. So using, I think there's a Spa Day mirror, and that's the Growing Together towels for certain. So just creating like a nice little luxe counter area, and bringing in the chocolate into the room through the accessories was kind of the idea of what I was doing there. So I feel like I was successful in that. And I mean, I do like the dividers and the laundry as they are, but I probably wanted like a little bit, maybe another few grids of space, just to, you know, like create like a nice bathroom with a bath, and, you know, you can do like, you know, some more plants and make it look, you know, really chill and relaxing. But it is nice for the space that I had to work with, and that was my choice. I divided it up like that, so fully my choice. I could have, you know, I think some people put like the laundry in the kitchen as well. So I guess that was a possibility too. It's not something I've ever done, because I don't think it's something that we do here in New Zealand so much, having like the laundry in the kitchen. Yeah, but maybe that's something I should consider in the future, just as an idea. Just mix it up a little bit. Anyway, moving on to the That's just me dreaming. Moving on to the bedroom. So I went modern luxe for the bed using the French side tables. I did really have the aim of chocolate in the bedroom, so just keeping up with the whole chocolate apartment kind of theme, using the Desert Luxe curtains around the place. So just keep that up as a commonality throughout the build, and using the for-rent dresser. I think it's like the tall dresser is for rent as well, isn't it? I forget. Using for rent parts. I think I did this not long after for rent came out, I believe. So a lot of the for rent stuff was actually quite new at the time, and new, and when you get a new pack, everything's sort of new and shiny and you want to use it all the time. So I was very very excited about using for rent stuff in there when I could, because it's the new shiny thing. So finding a wall mirror that I liked, that I thought was kind of like not one that was leaning out. I wanted one that was like stuck to the wall, and that ended up being a surprising little challenge, because I thought there must be something, but yeah, it's actually quite like a lot of the sort of the luxy type mirrors are actually leaning mirrors rather than attached to the wall mirrors. So I discovered that the hard way. All good. So bringing in some more of the for rent artwork, I was contemplating it, but yeah, at the end I was like, oh, it really doesn't kind of suit the room, so I'm gonna have to do something else here. So I found this lovely, I think it's from Dine Out, like the little lily in a box thing. I really like that. I think that's super cute, using the Snowy Escape flower thing. Can't remember what it's called, and I think that's the Spa Day nail thing, and the Book Nook little book captured in a box kind of thingy. So I'm pretty sure was that the Book Nook couches as well? I think so. So I mean, the bedroom, I gave like the bedroom quite a lot of space, because I wanted it to make that their kind of like their personal haven, so they could have their entertaining area out in the living and the kitchen and the dining, and then they had their little bedroom off to the side that was all about them and their personal space, and just a chill, relaxing, cozy space for them to hang out in, which is always really nice. And we are just about finished, I think. Just about ready to move on to a tour of the house, because I think we're done. Just need a rug under there, and Modern Luxe saves the day. There we go, and we're done. Let's take a tour of what we did. Oh, I forgot there was the outside. Never mind. Stop the tour. Yeah, I forgot there was balconies. So there's a couple of balconies in the penthouse. So I think the penthouse was the only one that had a couple of balconies with it. So I did decorate them a little bit, just to add like a little bit of life. And it's if you're in an indoor apartment and you're living in an indoor apartment, you're going to appreciate those balcony spaces for getting out there, enjoying the view, and yeah, having a bit of outdoor time. So the fence isn't currently all the way across at the moment, because I was using that space to get the sim into the into the house, because there's no other way for her to get into the penthouse for me to test things. So if you're wondering about that. Okay, now it is time to take a tour of what we did. So here we go. So that's the dining area that I fussed around with for ages because I couldn't work things out. And then into our kitchen, which has plenty of shelf space and lots of little bits and pieces of clutter, and yeah, a really nice entertaining area, nice and big and lovely. Moving into the living area, so we went more into the blacks in the living area, but there's a nice big TV, nice big couch area, lots of social space, I think. So I thought that was really nice. A little couple of armchairs, chess set. Then moving into the main bedroom, or the only bedroom. So I think that came out really nicely. I love how all the shades of chocolate all sort of came together with the different packs and stuff. So that looks really nice. I was really happy with how the bedroom came together. And then I think that's our build. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye bye.